Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Pyre on PlayFrame. We've concluded yet another season of Rights Ball, and we're victorious in the end despite everything. I'm surprised too. But now Rookie is out, which is nice. He's been wanting that for a bit. But also now we know that there's going to be a limited number of chances. And I'm not really even sure who to prioritize. I don't know who wants it most. Let's see how everyone's feeling. Or how you're feeling specifically, I suppose. After the liberation of Rookie, you find the lone minstrel back in the wagon, looking as though no such thing had just occurred this night. You think you see him tilt his head as you approach. Some words of congratulations are in order for this evening, I should think, reader. And so, congratulations on prevailing in the liberation rite. Surely Rookie shall be most grateful, and his return unto your commonwealth ought benefit the plan in which you all now play a part. As for your adversaries of the Withdrawn, this must have been a bitter loss for them and Udmild, although they must have known their chance was far from certain. Thus shall we all await the next turn of the cycle of the rites. Celeste and I are to return to our respective duties for the time, as now Scribe's Gate is sealed. I await when next we all shall meet. When next you may yet live up to the glory of the Nightwings in the eyes of the 8 scribes, which yet shine down for us. He trails off, then nods to you in his cordial manner, and bids you a good rest of the evening. Still a lot about you I don't fully know. Bard. We'll get to a reading soon, promise. Okay, let's continue our journey. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove and decide how to proceed. So it kind of seems like, I was wondering at the structure of this largely, like now that we knew it was sort of a cycle thing where there's just different seasons of the rites. I was wondering, does it just keep on going? Like, and if you lose, then that's all right. You just, next season, you try it again, and you keep doing it until you've won enough times, or how does this work? And now it seems, yeah, we're going to have there's a limited number of seasons left, no matter how well we do. Which is both encouraging and concerning. Both. Anyone want to talk? No? Okay. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Wulfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodium. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together, for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Wulfred finds you off on your own. Well, my boy, it's time once more. Come see. Wulfred indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he is right. Soon, all of your companions are gathered. Wulfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is that I might direct our plan free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles: Brighton, Erisa, and Oralek. Brighton was a former exile of the Nightwings who conducted the rites. A former exile. Erisa, a former exile. And Orlek, a former exile of the Nightwings, betrayed and abandoned in his moment of glory. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. After Brighton regained his freedom in the Liberation Rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the Liberation Rite, Orlek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre. Thus, Orlek earned his freedom. However, just as the shimmer pool was to engulf him, Arisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the shimmer pool, but she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Orlek perished too, to survive a fall from Mount Elodiel. I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempt to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Arisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rights may partly be to blame as well for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Fulfred breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Orlek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings and our plan need all the help that they can get. And so, I have made a decision, which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings, and reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Fulfred bows his head to everyone while the others exchange looks. Then, one by one, salute him in turn. Well, this should be interesting. Welcome back to the ranks. Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue toward salvation. Let's choose our path toward salvation then. What are our options? Jamur, Kaelmer, Horus. Okay. We have been to all of these, but Jamur was a good while ago, so why not? And a fine chance to try to get a winning record against these nerds again. The stars reveal to you a path toward the spring of Jamur, where the rites shall soon continue. Come morning, your travels shall continue. For now, everyone needs rest. Okie dokie. You know what? Now's a great time to do some of that reading before this whole thing kicks off again. Actually, we should check in on our new recruit, who has a biography and everything. He has a lot of catching up to do, but that's lots of green enlightenment, so good. He's a long-standing exile of the Nightwings who seeks more than his own freedom. Oh, right, that sapling sprouting ability. So he has Sprout, a shield, channels a barrier that deflects adversaries' casted auras back at them. Cool. And Blink, vanishes underground, emerging further forward almost instantly. He was a professor back in the day. He taught enough history to know that what he was forced to teach was not the whole truth. Professors of the Commonwealth were sworn to administering only the approved doctrine. Let's see. Cassius Astral Sign? Crime Publishing. He owned and operated a stamping press, using it to spread anti-Commonwealth propaganda. And current motive is insurrection. The records state he sought to undermine trust in Commonwealth doctrine and tradition. Only been here 9 years, really. Huh. Just kind of assumed it was a lot longer. By day, he was an unassuming history professor. By night, he operated a small but illegal stamping press of his own design, which he used to disseminate provocative ideas concerning how a truly peaceful Commonwealth might look. When his underground press was at last discovered, it was publicly destroyed. Eventually, he too was found and cast down. In the downside, he was taken in by the Nightwings, who sought someone with his experience. Since then, he hatched a long-term plan to recruit like-minded individuals who might stand together to usher in a new age for the Commonwealth. And hopefully that whole thing will work out. You need a talisman, though. You seem more like a defender than one who's going to be going in and scoring. Which might make the Moon Crest a good pick for now, till we have something better. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. Let's do some reading. We have a little catching up to do, and also we've got an afterword unlocked now. So let's see. Black Basin, in the words of Molten Melith, the Wild Witch. The continent we called Black Basin shall one day tear itself apart. Arriving upon blackened molten crags, tolerable only by the harp Triesta, we pressed onward toward a suffocating wood. This land felt to us somehow primordial. Deep in its roots and noxious crevasses lay innumerable clues as to its ancient history, but we had little time to excavate, for our supplies by then were thin. Further, we were lost. Our best attempts at circumnavigation all had failed. It was Luz Glorian who reached out at last unto the stars, and they revealed the way. Then we at last could see the sacred Mount Elodil, there in the distance. Celestial landmarks. The Glade of Lu. Never have I witnessed an affront to nature, mine and everyone's, quite like the poisoned woods of limbless Arazek, the Root Titan, in his suffocating influence. I shall leave it to the boastful Underking to tell you more of Arazek's vanquishing, whilst I may tell you something of the glade that he protected, which became my own. For my own genealogy now occupies the soil there, and strives forevermore to prevent Arazek from taking root again. The brambles of the glade are constantly encroaching on themselves, then falling once again to dust. This miraculous cycle, reflected in the starlight piercing through the canopy, needs to be witnessed whenever the stars invite an audience. Let's see. Rites of Flame, the Celestial Orb. As the two flames are lit, so shall the Celestial Orb fall from the heavens. But one such orb shall be availed by the stars, requiring triumvirates to vie for it. Its cosmic connection to the flames, the raiments, and this book bestows the necessary qualities for its bearer to prevail. Effortlessly sails the orb between the three in a triumvirate. It seeks the grasp of whosoever acts among the three. Once grasped, the orb shall draw within it all the bearer's aura, fueled by the triumvirate's own flame. It is to be cast into the flame. Then there's some more on the Commonwealth, on kinship. Each one of us within the eight, besides the imp Haub, we would have perished in the downside had we not found each other and, together, formed our union. Here, in the downside, all are bound. But that which binds us here does have some latitude. We chose the bond of kinship. Our exile took precedence over our differences. The Empire, which had subjugated all our kind into a tense alliance, shall give way to a society in which our differences are paramount. There, may you embrace your ancient cultures, whilst jointly forming a great culture all its own. Next to mercy, it is kinship that shall form the bedrock of our Commonwealth. Oh, another of these. The Path. In each rite, we gain enlightenment, whether we prevail or we fail. Indeed, through failure do we tend to learn the most valued lessons, provided we survive. None among us have prevailed without end. Exiles who walk the path toward enlightenment shall at times be struck by an epiphany and achieve mastery in some respect. Choose well amongst these blessings we bestow. Thus, you may yet achieve your potential and surpass your adversaries. Whenever you prevail, your triumvirate earns favor. In time, the triumvirate with the most favor shall be summoned to the liberation rite to earn a chance at freedom. Then the cycle shall begin anew. But now the afterword. Final thoughts and an alphabetical index of key terms, people, places, and ideas. A list of terms which you may wish to know. As an exile of the downside, as a reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are engaged now in a cycle which has lasted since the dawn of this age. Here, within this part of the book, is offered summary of all key figures, locales, terms, and astral phenomena you shall encounter, either firsthand or in passing, on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites is to prepare yourself to walk the path toward enlightenment, and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves, nor the existence of this book. Interesting. We'll come back to this. Liberation. The liberation rite takes place upon the fall of Solium, under a blooded moon, witnessed by the heralds from the stars. There, the most favored triumvirate shall confront the one which we appoint. These two triumvirates first shall pass through Scribe's Gate, where their worth shall be assessed under the stars. Only the most enlightened exiles within each triumvirate may be anointed for a chance at freedom. 2 of their companions shall support them whilst they strive. The anointed champion of the triumvirate which prevails then shall plunge into the Shimmer Pool and return in glory. Any others? Seems like no. Great. What of this? Rights, terms. Oh, yeah, just kind of a glossary. Nice. Interesting. Rights, raiments, rank, reader, right. Ooh. Yep. List of all of the 8 scribes. List of all the triumvirates. Denizens of Sar. Huh. Oh, these are the different, races, basically. Harps, crones, demons. Sea Dominion, saps, nomads, imps. A list of all of the downside regions. A list of celestial landmarks. We'll read all of these down the road. Most of them we've pretty much been introduced to at some point. It's interesting that Islak is, censored out in the book. Olden stars. Oh, some of those other stars that, we can see them up in the expanse, but they're not one of the stars that are, involved in any of the rites locations. That's neat. I think that's all of them. We did it. Greater Titans. Yep. Neat. We're going to have we're probably just going to have to do a whole bonus episode at the end of this playthrough, just reading the whole book. Should be fun. All right. Let's continue this journey. Choose a destination. Oh, wait, we chose one already. Let's go to the destination.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader.
What?
Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you? I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow, the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. Described within the book, it calls to you during the rites and reminds you of your exile. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. Well, let's get out of here. And find some points of interest. It's really getting... I guess it's always been pretty snowy up here. It just feels like the weather's been a lot more tumultuous this last season. But yeah, let's find some more stuff to read, or little scenes to have play out. I bet there's more. There is. As the wagon soars across the skies above Wakingwood, you notice Wulfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he's thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It is simply that being here in this vicinity, it brings back a lot of memories, and gives me much to ponder. I hid within those woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate. So, it means a lot now to be here, above that place at last. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my boy? It is indeed. Keeping some things to yourself, making sure no one else can listen in. He is a cautious one. Your flight takes you near to where you breached past Stormwall into Deathless Tempest. Stormwall being beyond lies the Deathless Tempest, veiling the farthest reaches of the downside. Attempting to cross is a popular way to throw caution to the wind and not live to tell of it. With the climate in the downside intensifying, you wonder if the storm has spilled forth from its confines and started to ravage other regions of the land. Yeah, I am getting that impression. It's kind of just snowing everywhere. Seems maybe not great. Not great as an omen, if nothing else. Well, here's Jomur, where we shall be landing. And Fall Flat's where we went the first time, so I think Glue Hive is our destination this time around. But first, anything else? It does not look like it. Okay. Well, here we go. Bertrude thinks that this shall be the quickest route, leaving you with time for your vocations. Alrighty. Are we feeling all limbered up? Ready for sports? There. Wulfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my boy. Was just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It is not clear to you as yet exactly how Wulfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach. Most of the time, at least. It's not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hard-working as the rest of us. Or, dare I say, more so. Ah yes, them. The little pug. One of Wulfred's couriers tasked with delivering news to and from. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They, of course, cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Wulfred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he's been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Rookie would likely be familiar with them. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. The messages are coded in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes, but even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. I could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be thanks in no small part to them. They've identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I've known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days I report to them our progress, and they, in turn, report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our plan's success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own, but those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength, regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon then, reader. I have a delivery to make. He strides out of the wagon, bearing the sealed message. Glad to have a better idea of how that whole thing works. But alright, let's explore a bit. You and Bertrude make a quick search of the dusty wastes of Gluehive. However, you find nothing of note. Uneventful. Fine. You soon return to the Black Wagon, where the others are preoccupied with their own pursuits. You should have time enough to pursue your vocations. Well good, we do still have a stat point or two to attain for the team. Even though, getting some one-on-one time with Volfred would very much help, and maybe we'll do that later. You find a quiet corner near the Black Wagon's grounds to delve into the secrets of the Book of Rites. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. More presence, I think. The texture of the pages of the book, the foreign bindings. Despite the volume's age, it shows so little sign of wear. At times, the power emanating from it almost overwhelms you. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. These are going to be some tough matches this season. I expect. But alright, time to find out. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone, or something, that got right in its path. At first, you see no sign of whomever or whatever it was, but then a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess? You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. But it's good running a deal like this because I got for you a really special deal. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us a bit, to be completely honest here. Something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves, and you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift, because you're headed to the Spring of Jemura, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have room enough for Falcon Ron, barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he's transporting right now, and you wonder whether you should get involved. Well, we're already suspected of quite a lot, if not outright accused of quite a lot. What's one more thing? The slug market proprietor seems in need of some assistance that you may as well provide. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Oh, great. Thanks, guys. I'll just squeeze right in. He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually, Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Falcon Ron joined you. Welcome him aboard, for now. And he babbles. After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyways, thanks guys, and remember what I said. These thingers I got here, you got dibs on them if you come visit me and Dad, that is. And now we'll be going, so be seeing you, okay? Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone's left feeling out of sorts. -5 glory, goodness. It's quite a lot. Try not to think about it. Well, what do you have, though? Hey, guys, thanks again for helping me and Dad back there. We really owe you one. And so, as promised, I got something really, really good in stock for you, right here. He pauses for dramatic effect. Then, he reveals to you several artifacts: Black Hoof, Black Heart, and Black Claw. Cursed talismans. The bearer has 100% more stamina than usual, but cannot grasp the orb. One of the 3 scattered remnants of a thrice-cursed demon who roamed the downside in a state of madness. Black Heart. After getting banished, bearer either returns with infinite stamina or as a fast-moving howler. Or the Black Claw. The bearer's aura remains while grasping the orb, but cannot be cast. Interesting. That could be very devastating on Jodariel. It really could. Like, auras could still be cast at us, and so there's still that danger, but otherwise no one can get close. Tempting. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. Nice, huh? You guys, you got first dibs on these bad boys, and I can tell you what, they're going to go fast. How expensive are they, though? No, not very. Very cursed, though. I'll take it. Ah, great. You guys, I knew you were discerning customers. Now, you enjoy that one, okay? And remember, I still got the others too, and you can buy them if you want. Though these ones, they are real popular, and so no refunds on these guys, you understand? But they are real good, so there's no chance you're going to want to pawn them off. The more you insist it, the more I feel like we're going to be in some big trouble if we use these things. Maybe even if we just possess them, but too late now. Let's save up for some more Stardust purchases later. Thanks, guys. Good luck on that thing that you're going to tonight. Hey, we got another page, finally. Goodness, you have to spend so much cash. Yeah, why not? Let's see the thing real fast. Downside Travels. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or tempest shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you were born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lands without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Glorian believes this untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriages could cross this land by harnessing its fury. A wild thought. In my case, my paws shall suffice. I do hope we can unlock all these here pages as we go. Anyway, sorry, you wanted to talk. You approach Bertrude just as she's finished polishing the various bottles, flasks, and vials that your fellow exiled have collected during your travels through the downside. The evidence of thy travails, how brazenly you put them on display. Ye tempt these lands to swallow ye. She lets out a long breath. Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of these lands, but of the country whence we came. Know, reading one, that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago within the southern bogs. He offered many courtesies, and in exchange we found agreeable. We sought then certain reagents necessary to our studies of the heavens and the earth. And he knew where to procure them. In exchange, we were to boil for him our finest inks, a certain recipe, notorious yet secret. Its stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth misliked it. 'Twas then we first began collecting samples of the regions of the downside, for Sandalwood was ever true to his word. Long had we studied this accursed place. Black Basin, the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bogs of flagging hands, lands so far away, and yet they called to us. If Molten Malith was able to traverse the downside in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore... But she hesitates. It matters not, reading one. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough for now. She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of her past with Wulfrid, yet you sense that she is here by choice. I'd like to read the bio. If you needed someone cursed, or guarantees of fortune on a big day, or to consort with elder patrons such as Ophim Unburied or Marsus Needle-Eyes, you would go see Big Bertrude. She is one of the most infamous alchemists of her day and plied her trade right under the Commonwealth's nose without regard. Ironically, it was a modest-sounding request for printing inks that ultimately got her into trouble, resulting in her exile. In the downside, her reputation preceded her, and she resumed her practice. Sentenced for conspiracy. Accomplice to an illegal stamping press operation, providing inks and other materials. Indeed, indeed. She was exiled way earlier than he was. Interesting. I guess that kind of raises the question, if we have limited attempts left, who are the highest priority? It's kind of hard to say. Like, I kind of want to say Jadariel, because she's been here a long time, but I still know so little about her. I want to know more about her. She's so secretive. Like Shay, I would like to get out, though I feel like Shay might be fairly content down here, relatively speaking. Kind of same for Bertrude. And Tizo's has always been down here. Don't really know how eager Tizo is to be out, really. Tamitha was, like, I'm sure would like to be out, but was also happy to let Tamitha out instead. It feels like Wulfrid does need to get out, like by the end, having him on the other side seems potentially advantageous for the plan, which might be the same thing he is thinking, which is why he's getting in on this now. Jadariel, I know you'd probably like to get out of here. I'd like to know more about you first, if you think maybe you'd like to, share details. Everyone else has been a bit more forthcoming. Like, literally everyone. Even the people who've been here a fraction of the time. Come on. Speak up. All right, let's do this thing. As the sky above the spring of Jomura darkens, your companions watch in silence and await the commencing of the riots. Jadariel speaks up after a time. Any moment now. Now everything is ready, and the stars begin to shine once more, precisely as foretold. Oh, including a new one. Biolanthius. Your adversaries each shall deal an additional 5 to the Pyre. Rough. I don't even know if we're gonna have enough, like, matches left to get a victory with all these at this point. Oof, these all seem very rough indeed. I definitely don't want the Pyre Arts having more speed. Stamina also seems a bit rough. You know what? We'll go with this one. I'll have to score a bunch more times to win, but all these options seem pretty rough.
Archbeast Sungrease.
Thanks for saying it out loud. Okay. Here goes.
Reader, or should I say deceiver?
What did I do?
For I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Volfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap. I ought have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition. Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own?
Well, you're never nice.
I thought that we were friends. Then fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
It's pretty funny.
You! Again, you come to torment us? Please, go easy on us like you did last time.
Yes, that's what happened. The Pyre Hearts. Let us show them what the Night Wings can do. You look good in the raiments, bud. Reader, my boy, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows I am here. It is no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still any use. I would like to know that.
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now, good evening to you.
I said good day. Okay, hold X to use Aura Shield. Okay. Volfred's shield deflects adversaries' auras. Ah. Doesn't really seem to have much of his own, though. Press right trigger to blink. Zip. Hold B to spawn a sapling. If Volfred is banished, his sapling expires. So this is the only way for him to get an aura going. He can shield. They can place defenses. Okay. Seems a tricky one to use. Now then, Night Wings. I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together.
Go on, then.
Okay. It's a very defensive team, but I do feel like we need to get in some more Jadariel time, and I'm kind of leaning toward if there's anyone that I want to get out this season. I feel like Jadariel may be the one.
Jodariel.
And I also want to get you in here, even though this is a very defensive team, so we should maybe either Shay or Pamitha for the other.
Volfred.
Roughly equivalent in enlightenment, but Pamitha's slightly behind.
Pamitha. It is done.
Prepare yourself, everyone.
We are not afraid of you, especially not this night. Wyrm Knights, attack!
Okay, let's set up a defense here.
My.
Alrighty. This may be a bit rough. Haha.
First dousing.
Gonna need a lot more like that. Let's see. Plant a sprout like right here.
Unfortunate.
A little too slow. Needs to be faster than that.
Positively brutish.
Whew. That was a mistake.
Dear.
Big mistake. Oh, he had an aura there briefly and then lost it.
Verily.
Let's take advantage of the large aura to start.
Another banishment.
Come for it, I dare ya. I can't believe that actually reached me. That's pretty impressive. Nope. Dang it.
You left yourselves wide open.
I know. Nope.
Somebody get the orb.
Nope. There we go.
Glory.
Flight is really helping me with scoring.
How very fortunate.
Boy, this slash is mean,
Remember everything which you hold dear.
but I think we can make this work.
Best not get overconfident, night wings.
Yeah, wow, flight is really making scoring a lot easier on this crew for as long as I have her here.
What happened there?
Flight.
Glorious.
Gonna need to keep taking advantage of that, I think.
Just make it quick and painless on this night because this looks like it's over for us, pretty much.
Hopefully.
That cravens a deluge. Doubtless using exile. Glory to the scribe.
I need to stop trying to get that sprout up. Wolford's doing fine where he is. Don't just hand out points. Try it, I dare ya. Haha. One more like that and we got it.
No more than a lick of flame remains.
Ah, I tried to
Simply
zip underneath.
abhorrent. The orb quenches the flame.
They're gonna need a few more like it though. It's okay.
A banishment.
Yes. Boo. Nope. Fly. Win!
And it is done.
Thank goodness.
The night wings
Sorry, Volfred, I
prevail.
barely used you.
Their pyre burns whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
But hey, you got some experience on you now.
The rite is complete.
Now then, if you're quite finished making sport of us, then we shall slither away in humiliating disgrace. So, thanks.
You're welcome.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways.
Get you some experience, please.
That Volfred always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outings in the rites. Begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. You bet. But at least we can see about your masteries now. Legacies of Old 100 Mines. Wright's masteries enhancing a sap's ability to spawn saplings and protect his triumvirate. Wherever traveled Loose Glorian, he planted his roots and spread his wisdom to all who would listen. This other tree, though, Grasp of the Philosopher, enhancing a sap's triumvirate's ability to persevere. The words of 100 Mines helped his kin make peace with the many mysteries and dangers they faced. So down this route, we have once per right if Volfred's adversaries extinguish his pyre, it is restored by 10 instead. Interesting. While using his shield ability, Volfred shields his allies as well. That's cool. Permanently gains +5 hope, hastening how quickly he returns from banishment. Once per right, if Volfred's adversaries extinguish his pyre, it is restored by 40 instead. Pretty cool. This side, if Volfred's banished, a sapling shall automatically spawn near his pyre until he returns. That's very cool. After casting Sprout, Volfred's sapling spawns faster than usual and gains a larger aura. After casting Sprout, Volfred may remotely detonate his sapling in an aura burst. And while Volfred and his allies are banished, adversaries are slowed and cannot use abilities. This seems like, this perseverance side of things is cool. This seems more leaning into like his actual abilities and strengths. So let's go with this one.
'Tis the wisdom of Old 100 Mines. Until the next right.
Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after overcoming the Pyre Hearts rather soundly when Volfred approaches. The Night Wings are in capable hands these days, my boy. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. 56% chance. It's better than, like, it's glass half full, isn't it? Come, let's see whom we shall square against when next the stars align. The stars yet shine for you, revealing various paths forward. Let us see what our options shall be. Oris, Kaelmer, and Gull. I think Oris is the one we were at, like... It's been the most time has passed. We've been to all these places, but Oris was longest to go. Hey, could run into the Fate again. Could be nice. I do like them. How's everything looking? Dissidence, pretty high up top. Chastity looking pretty good. We haven't seen either of these two in a bit. Essence, Accusers, Pyre Hearts, Tempers. Yeah, they've just been down and out ever since that first round against them. Well, rights remaining, question mark indeed. Worrying. But we shall continue worrying next time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye!